how about the work that Sean Lewis and his staff are doing right now at San Diego State on the recruiting trail over the last 2 days, pulling off what I would call the double, landing 2 highly sought-after quarterbacks. The first, Danny O'Neal, we talked about, out of Indianapolis, prep product, Cathedral High School, top 35 quarterback of the nation. He follows that up today by landing a commitment from AJ Duffy, who's out of the Inland Empire, played the last 2 years at Florida State, was a top 10 caliber quarterback recruit out of high school in the Inland Empire, went to Florida State, has now transferred to San Diego State. So think about that. The last 2 days, Danny O'Neal, now AJ Duffy, as Sean Lewis continues to completely reinvent the San Diego State roster for 2024.
I tweeted out San Diego State or SDSU, more like QBU.
I like that. I like that, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim's so creative.
I thought of it all myself.
You really did.
If you were wondering when Sean Lewis was hired, what type of difference potentially could he make right away? This is it. Like, this is it right here. I saw a lot of people like, oh, I wanted this guy. I wanted this guy. Sean Lewis. Who is this guy? He's not going to do anything. Blah, blah, blah. The biggest thing that we talked about when Sean Lewis was hired was, can he get a quarterback? Okay. We don't know if Danny O'Neal and AJ Duffy are going to turn out to be good. We don't. But getting highly ranked quarterbacks, highly rated quarterbacks here to San Diego State, that hasn't happened in a good time. Maybe, I can't remember the last time that San Diego State had the number 34th ranked QB in the recruitment class for this year, and then a top 10 quarterback ranked in another year, 4 stars commit to San Diego State. To me, you already see the change in the program right away. Obviously, what we see on the field is the most important, okay? But as of right now, because all he can do right now is recruit and get guys to commit and then get guys to come over through the transfer portal.
Exactly right.
So he can't do anything else besides that.
Beyond that.
Yeah, he can't do anything beyond that.
Right.
But as of right now, you see the change happening in San Diego State. And if you're an Aztecs fan, I don't know how you can't help but be excited today seeing all of these moves.
How about this? The director of scouting at 24/7 Sports. This is all they do. Okay. I mean, we've been all over it's all I've been looking at over the last couple of weeks since Sean Lewis has been hired.
This and net rankings.
100%. So the director of scouting at 24/7, when AJ Duffy committed to Florida State, they had a projection for him as a third-day NFL draft pick. Okay. And the comp out of high school. And again, to your point, this doesn't mean anything.
No.
But you know who the comp was out of high school for AJ Duffy? This is
Cam Newton.
It's actually Bo Nix, who was just in New York as a Heisman finalist with the Oregon Ducks. And again, we don't know what it's going to look like. We have no idea. We don't know what this offense is going to look like in 2024. We don't even know if AJ Duffy is going to be starting in 2024. But man, he's got some competition in that room, doesn't he? AJ Duffy, 2 years at Florida State, coming back home, so to speak, out of the Inland Empire. Highly sought after quarterback out of high school to commit it to Florida State. Danny O'Neal as well. And there are others that are already in that room. And who knows what else he potentially adds via the portal or via the prep route. We're approaching National Signing Day. Mm-hmm. The transfer portal is open. We know they've got visitors coming this weekend as well. But to your overall point, in terms of excitement around the program and momentum, I feel like they've got it going right now. Mm-hmm. If you're judging it on that, excitement and momentum, I think they've got it going right now.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This could turn out to be nothing, right? They could end up not doing well, and Sean Lewis doesn't work out here, and these quarterbacks that he's brought in that are highly rated quarterbacks don't turn out to be anything, and they have maybe a nice offense, but they don't win football games. Like, all of that could happen. Or the flip side, they could actually have quarterbacks come through here that perform at such a high level that, you know, they go play in the NFL, or they do lead the league in passing yards, or they do control an offense that's one of a top-rated offense in college football. And oh, by the way, maybe they do win a bunch of football games, and maybe they do get back to winning Mountain West Conference championships. And who knows, maybe one day you see them vying for a playoff spot in the college football playoffs. Like, all of that is on the table, right? So I do think the direction of this program right now is in really good hands. And And you see it, John. I see it. The excitement level there. Maybe he doesn't need help selling tickets. What a concept. He knows what he's doing. He can go out there and he can get a quarterback and he can put together an offense that potentially could, make San Diego State Aztecs fans super proud and want to go out there and watch this brand and product of football. But as of right now, that's all later. As of right now, what he's doing, AJ Duffy, Danny O'Neil, I love the direction of the program right now.
But how about this? So it's been 15 days since he got hired. You've got 3 Power 5 commits in 15 days. We've talked about O'Neil, who was at Colorado, decommitted. We talked about Duffy, who was at Florida State, transferred. Isaiah Buxton out of Chula Vista, the DB, who was committed to Arizona.
You know what you're doing there? There's a pattern there. Do you know what it is?
What is it? Counting?
Besides Danny O'Neil, county. You're getting players, highly rated, highly ranked players, Buxton, Duffy, they're staying home.
Yeah. Oh, you said, okay. Yes. In Southern California.
Or coming back home is what my point.
Yeah. And I do think San Diego State affords that opportunity to Sean Lewis that other places may not provide. What I mean by that is there's so much high school football talent in Southern California.
You had how many Heismans have come out of San Diego State?
Obviously a ton.
Some
of the greatest players in the history of college football have come out of San Diego County.
Like
Marcus Allen.
So
you've had some great players, obviously, out of San Diego County, but consider this: in this new world with the portal and with NIL, you have the chance at bounce backs. You can lose out on a player freshman year, and all of a sudden you got him as a junior. Mm-hmm. You lose out on someone, and they're back to you 12 months later. And again, Buxton out of Chula Vista, the DB is staying home. Duffy, Inland Empire, coming home. And again, we know the story of Danny O'Neil. He's following Sean Lewis here. He really believes in Sean Lewis. So I'm excited. I think Aztec fans should be excited. National Signing Day, early signing day is next Wednesday, 6 days from now. And I feel as if there's still more work to be done. I don't think this is anywhere near a finished class.
Nope.
With 6 days to go.
Did you see Sean Lewis's tweet today?
Today's a good day, right?
No, but did you see his hashtag? Hashtag Aztecs fast.
Yes, he's been using that, I think, for the last couple of days, hasn't he?
That's something that I'm sure we're probably going to see a lot of, and it's a correlation to how he wants this offense to be. Fast, fast, fast. And if you're an Aztecs fan, just the idea of a high tempo, high powered offense here at Snapdragon Stadium, yeah, I'll buy a ticket for that. I would go. And not to mention, because we haven't mentioned it at all, their home schedule next year. Wow.
Well, it's completely, the schedule in general is loaded. So I'm glad you mentioned it. So it's now confirmed as of today, because Washington State and Oregon State put out their schedule. They are both coming to Snapdragon. Both Washington State and Oregon State are playing at San Diego State.
That's good.
Listen to the rest of the schedule, though. The Aztecs are scheduled to play Cal on the road in Berkeley. They're playing in Boise next year as well. They're playing at Wyoming next season. They're playing at Central Michigan. So they have a very challenging 2024 schedule, but there are some opportunities there. And for Aztec fans, getting Oregon State and Washington State at home is pretty unique for a home schedule.
Hey, one thing about Sean Lewis is he's not afraid. Like, from what he did at Kent State, the teams that he's scheduled on their schedule, he's not afraid to go and play the best possible schedule he can